The original was mostly for chasing errant sheep around the English countryside. On this edition of Test Drive, the latest expression of the breed. This is the Range Rover Velar. The Velar is the fourth Range Rover in the lineup, slotting between the Evoque and Sport models. The reality is it's the first of a new breed. It is so far advanced compared to the others, it virtually stands alone. From the look to the execution, it pushes all of the boundaries, which makes it a very distant relative to the original 1970 Range Rover. The cabin of this Velar is thoroughly modern, and it really does usher in a new era for the company, and it all boils down to the infotainment system. Not since the original BMW iDrive has an interface fazed me so much. You've got two screens, two rotary dials and a touchpad on the steering wheel. Now at first it's very intimidating. However, during the test drive I learned to live with this lot all very easily. It's simple to use and it really does come together very nicely. This touchpad, not so much. The Velar arrives with two different engines. The first is a 2-litre turbo diesel that pushes 180 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. It is well suited to those into fuel economy more than outright performance. For those into the latter, pick the 3-litre supercharged V6. It puts a healthy 380 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque at the driver's disposal. It then fires the lot through an 8-speed automatic transmission and an advanced all-wheel drive system. Now this thing is surprisingly fast. It'll get you from rest to 100k in 5.8 seconds, but that's not what really impresses. What does impress is the fact that this thing is very quick through the mid-range because of that broad torque plateau. It'll get you from 80 to 120 in 3.6 seconds. Now that, for something that weighs a little over 2,000 kilograms, is very fast indeed. The all-wheel drive system gives the Velar incredible ability, and it can be tweaked to suit. On-road there's eco, which should be forgotten, comfort for the city and dynamic when a twisty road beckons. The best is individual mode, where the driver can pick their preferences and save them, or shift on the fly. Off-road there are yet more settings. Each changes the engine, transmission, suspension and steering accordingly. So when the lower slopes of Mount Everest call, the air suspension can be jacked up to give it the requisite ground clearance. Conversely, at speed, it drops to improve the aerodynamics. You know, outwardly, the Darth Vader-like looks suggest that the cabin might be hog-tied for space and versatility, but that really isn't the case. There's plenty of space for two adults to luxuriate in perfect comfort, and when you get around to the back here, you get 673 litres of space with the seats up, and if you fold the whole lot down, well, you end up with 1,985 litres. The top-line Velar uses a 4-corner air suspension with adaptive dampers. They monitor wheel and body motion to arrive at the right damping characteristics. Depending upon the drive mode selected, the damping favours comfort, or they firm when in dynamic mode. The end result is a big ute that rides and drives like a much smaller vehicle. Throw in a very fast and direct steering setup and oversized tyres, and the Velar handled the pylon test better than any other SUV tested to date. Of Range Rover's current portfolio, this new Velar is the pick of the crop for my money. It's very fast, it's very capable on-road, and yet it doesn't renege on the company's off-roading past. As a package, it's complete.
If you're watching this on Facebook, make sure you like and share us, and also make sure you check out our ongoing contest to win lots of swag from Motoring TV and our sponsors. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe. 30 years of Motoring TV, a virtual automotive video goldmine at your fingertips.